One furlough day down, 10 more to go. It's a tough time for workers who are being forced to take unpaid days off. Many are wondering if Congress is actually doing anything about the budget battle that slashed their paychecks. So 10 on your side's Art Khan has been speaking to some of our representatives in Washington to find out why they cannot agree on a budget. Art, what'd you find out?
Well, Nicole, I spoke with voters also in this area, and what was in the beginning frustration with Washington is quickly turning into disdain among people in the region, so heavily dependent on defense spending. The same people who depend on their elected officials to get this thing solved. And as it stands right now, there's no indication of a compromise and no end in sight to sequestration. But hey, don't take my word for it.
We got sequestration looking at us at 2014, 2015, and down the road.
A road that may have been paved with good intentions seems to have turned into a one-way street.
The anti-compromise crowd are keeping this sequester alive, and they're not only hurting individuals, they're hurting the overall economy and hurting our defense.
I am all for sitting down at the table and putting things on the table to discuss. But if you look at the Senate's proposal, it's not bending on a couple of things, it's bending on everything.
The Senate proposal 2nd District Congressman Randy Forbes is referring to is the budget approved by the Senate last March.
After years and years of the other side saying, the Senate won't pass a budget, the Senate won't pass a budget, now we passed a budget and they refuse to allow it to go into conference.
It is incumbent upon the House to go to conference. This is what's referred to as regular order.
Then why won't 4th District Congressman Scott Ridgell's Republican colleagues in the House support him and allow the budget process to go forward?
They set the rules. They ought to abide by them.
They seem to have an inability to get anything done these days.
When we elect them, they should do what they say they're going to do.
What's the promise that they'll pass that budget so it'll go in effect in October? I don't even think you have a 50-50 chance.
The furloughs are scheduled to end in October, and what will we have gained by then?
Art, to put it in perspective, it's about $2 billion in savings, and this is a department that is funded over $600 billion.
Well, Senator Kaine told me today that he is hopeful a letter from the Secretary of Defense to the Armed Services Committee paints such a dire picture of what the military will look like after 10 years of sequestration that it'll spark Congress to take action. They're going to be discussing that in the days ahead. Art Khan, 10 on your side.